Perfect. Perfect. Perfect.
The Philadelphia 76ers fall 116-95 against the Boston Celtics on a Friday night in Boston. And boy, let me tell you, man, I was not a fan of tonight at all. I thought, coming off a pitiful loss against the Atlanta Hawks, I thought the Sixers, especially going up against a better team, one that is third in the Eastern Conference and one that is ahead of you in your own division, if we even look at divisions anymore, one that owns you every single year, and the Philadelphia 76ers had the chance for once. They've beat this team 3 times this year. They had the chance to end the season sweep, to beat them 4-0 on the year. And what do the Sixers do? They come out so flatlined in energy. It was a disgrace. Speaking honestly, my favorite part of this game tonight was watching the last 3 minutes of the game when a guy for the other team comes into the game and plays garbage minutes. A man named Taco Fall, who's like 7'84". The guy is so tall. Like the camera was looking at him and you could see the third row in the stands. That's how tall this guy was. And of course he comes in and gets a bucket against the Sixers. But besides that, man, this game was sad. Philadelphia 76ers fall to 31-18, 9-17 on the road, and they're just slipping and slipping. They sit at 6 in the Eastern Conference. Teams below them suck. That's why they aren't moving down anymore. But this team is underperforming. It's an issue now. I didn't think it would have to come to this, but it is an issue. The way Brett Brown utilizes these men, the energy these guys come out with. Joel Embiid, disgraceful, pitiful, unacceptable. And he wasn't the only one tonight, but we'll start with him, man. Joel Embiid, 23 minutes played, a -25. How are you a -25 in 23 minutes? That's more than 1 per minute. 1 for 11 from the field. 0 for 4 from 3. Why are you even shooting the threes anymore? 9 for 9 from the free throw line. Let's not forget that. You went 9 for 9 from the line, but that was 9 of your 11 points. So you had 1 bucket outside of that. That is just sad. For a guy that we expect to be one of the best big men in the league, a guy that we say is a generational type of talent, a guy that can put this team on his back and really, one-on-one in the league, I don't know more than 2 or 3 people that can stop this man. But he just comes out with no energy against the Boston Celtics. The Philadelphia 76ers had the chance to end the season sweep, and they can't even put up a good fight. You got Marcus Smart running around here after getting kneed in the balls. He's having a heck of a time. Let me not even forget the Boston Celtics don't have their best player. You beat these guys 3 times this year with Kemba Walker on the team, who is literally one of the best guards in the league. He's a stud. He comes out and performs every single night. You beat them 3 times this year with Kemba. And when they don't have Kemba, you come out here and you let Jaylen Brown go for 30 plus. You let Jayson Tatum run all over you. No energy. Guys aren't put in right positions. No adjustments. Sad. Just sad. Embiid, I don't even want to talk about him anymore. 3 fouls, 4 turnovers. Those were his best numbers tonight, outside of his 9 free throws and 5 rebounds. Sorry. -25. Disgraceful, Joel. Disgraceful. Who's next on the list? Tobias, 4 for 12. He's been consistent lately, but games like this, they're just sad. You're getting paid a max contract. You're Tobias Harris. You're the one guy that has a solidified shot, I would say, on this team. And I'm sorry. Damn. I'm allergic to this BS from the Sixers, man. Tobias, 4 for 12. 6 rebounds. -19. 10 points. It's not working. It's not. Al Horford comes back to his own arena for the 2nd time this year. They miss Al over there. I can tell you that. Even though they're doing very well this season, they miss Al Horford. What he provided to that team, he could be providing to this team as well. But he's not put in the right situations. 4 for 11. 1 for 6 from outside. -8. 9 points. Not good enough. Not good enough. Shake Milton, man. I was liking Shake. The first couple games he comes in, he was contributing. Terrible night. -22. I can't even look at it. It's sad. Ben Simmons was the only bright spot on this team tonight, and he was a -16. 23 points for Simmons. 7 rebounds, 5 assists. And those were the best numbers of the night for the Sixers. Those were the best numbers. It's sad. The bench. What did the bench do? Nothing. Korkmaz 14 to lead the bench. Mike Scott 6 points. Besides that, nothing. Thibault had 8. I mean, his shot's been off since he came back from injury, and I like Thibault. I like what he brings on the defensive side of the ball. I love his energy, his enthusiasm. He hasn't been cutting it. Just one through everyone that plays on this team. It's just not cutting it. This is not it. I'll tell you that right now. This is not it. We're missing guys like Josh Richardson, obviously, but when you look at the totality of this team, I mean, guys can't get in a rhythm. James Ennis plays 4 minutes in this game. What happened to James Ennis? I'm still questioning it. Brett Brown, what are you doing? Trey Burke plays 5 garbage minutes at the end of the game, but Raul Neto, he comes in here, plays major minutes, and he has nothing to show for it. Korkmaz plays 25, Thibault plays 24. That's good, but they're not contributing. No one is taking a stand on this team. Ben Simmons has been the only consistent bright spot on this team, and it shows. I've been saying this for the last couple games. We'll get to this in a little bit, but there is a major issue in terms of the system and the personnel and how they connect together. We'll get to that. Let's look at Boston, man. Heck of a night for them guys, especially without their main scorer. Everyone in their starting lineup was a plus 20 or more except their center, Daniel Tice, and that guy doesn't even do anything on the team. He don't even have to. You got Jayson Tatum, who's a plus 21. Jaylen Brown, who's a plus 29. Those guys go for 32 and 25. Gordon Hayward didn't even have to do anything tonight. He was 1 for 11 from the field. Your veteran Gordon Hayward was 1 for 11. But it doesn't matter. It really doesn't. Marcus Smart, 16 points out here having a blast. The ABC camera showing him left and right. Walking all over people. I'm ticked off about this one, I'll tell you. There's always more to play for when you play the Celtics, and any Sixers fan should know that. You always want to have good games against these guys. But to lose by 21, to not even put up a fight for the season sweep, no energy, no adjustments. It's like I watch the same thing every time. We come out of the gate tonight. I'm really paying attention to the little things. Nobody's moving. Everyone sits in the damn corner. Ben Simmons comes down the court. Now, when Joel Embiid and Ben Simmons play together, it is not working. Joel Embiid clogs the paint. Or he sits on the three-point line, and when Ben Simmons finds him, he can't hit a shot. I'm tired of all these people in the media, these, YouTubers, these radio hosts, just everyone I listen to tells me, with the Sixers need Joel Embiid. On the defensive side, Joel Embiid can play. He's the man they need. No. Right now, no. Here's the thing. The weaknesses of Ben Simmons and Joel Embiid combined together are just, honestly, just a team killer. Ben Simmons can't shoot the ball. So when Joel Embiid is in and Ben Simmons tries to drive, especially on a team like this, Brad Stevens is the one that figured out how to play Ben Simmons, and everyone else has modeled their defense after that. When Joel Embiid clogs the paint and Ben Simmons tries to drive it all, it's over. He cannot do anything. The double team will come. Joel Embiid doesn't go up for alley-oops. Joel Embiid doesn't move. He just stands there, lets his man come over, and Ben Simmons is swarmed. When Joel Embiid gets the ball, holds it too long, tries to dribble. Why is Joel Embiid trying to be a ball handler? First off, why does Ben Simmons come down and give him the ball 80 feet from the basket? Why is Joel Embiid getting the ball right in front of the three-point line? He can't dribble. Big men aren't supposed to dribble. You don't see Anthony Davis out here crossing people up, going behind the back. He does sometimes, but he's Anthony Davis. You don't see regular big men out here trying to go crazy with all these moves. You're a big man. You're bigger than anyone on the court. Get your ass in the post them up, 1 or 2 dribbles, and put it up. Come on, Joe. You can't come out here and tell me that you're an elite big man and have performances like this. Now, on the other side, Joel Embiid is not a three-point shooter as much as he needs to be. Al Horford, he's not shooting as well this year as he has in past years, but we understand that, Al can at least hit some threes. Joel needs to get better. Because when Simmons, it's crazy. When you see Joel Embiid go out of the game, like I saw tonight, Embiid gets sat down after a quick third foul, and Simmons, 3 plays in a row, looks like a bull, full head of steam going to the rim, a one-man freight train, and nobody could stop him. When the paint is not clogged, Ben Simmons does whatever he wants to on the court, and nobody can stop him. And that is a fact. That is a fact. Ben Simmons needs to shoot the ball, but until he does, the problem is that him and Embiid really don't coincide. And I'm tired of nobody saying it. I'm going to be the first one. And even if you can't, like sometimes you could give Embiid the ball in the post. Sometimes, you can alternate their minutes. But Brett Brown is the problem. He doesn't coach. It's like you hear these like during the timeout conversations. He doesn't really say anything. You got guys arguing with the refs, trying to stick up. Brett Brown doesn't say anything. He's a nice guy, but I'm really starting to question his basketball IQ. You got guys like, all right, no off-ball screens are set. Guys don't move around. They go down. They sit in a corner. Ben Simmons tries to drive, gets stuffed in his tracks, and B doesn't go for the pick and roll and go for an alley-oop. You never see that. No creativity. None. And when we're in a bad spot, the Boston Celtics come out of the half. They start ice cold, but what do the Sixers do? They go 0 for 10 to start the third quarter. No adjustments made. Guys on this team are just do whatever they want. There's no discipline. None at all. And it's easy to see, and it's easier to see each and every night. It's sad. Another thing about this Sixers team that's really, really irking me. Coming into the year, as I've alluded to, it was, every guy's above 6'7", above 6'8". This team is going to be one of the best defensive teams. This team has length. They have height. They're going to be able to space the floor on defense, and nobody's going to be able to come inside. You have Al Horford and Embiid. Oh, my gosh. Well, guess what? Teams are putting up 110, 115 plus every night on the Sixers. There's no intensity, no aggression. I see guys going up for the rebound. Guys going up for the layup. And the only guy going up for a rebound for the Sixers is Furkan Korkmaz. You got Embiid standing there. You got Simmons standing there. Al Horford's in La La Land. Like, I don't know. I don't understand why guys aren't hungry on this team together. Sometimes you just wonder, you don't know. Is it inside? I mean, I thought they would get up for a game like this against a big team. You got Miami coming up next, the Bucks coming up next. I thought these were games we would be able to win because we beat the good teams. We get up for the big games. But tonight, it's just no energy. I've never seen a team so inconsistent go from being so great and so just into it, so intrigued, so focused. And then they have a game like this where they can't do anything. And the coach doesn't help. I don't know what to say, man. You can just see it if you watch this game. Guys are lost. They're out of it. They're out of position. There's fundamental flaws within this team. And when guys are out of position, when they're having off nights, and you back that with low energy, and just no one seems to be fully focused. No one seems to want it bad enough. When you combine all that together, this is what you get. And it's pitiful. Sad. I mean, it's just crazy, man. Sixers shooting 7 for 33 from behind the arc, man. That 21% is not going to cut it. What was it, 29% last game and 21? Come on, man. This is just sad. We don't deserve this. If you have guys with talent like these guys have, I know this team can play. They're young. Most of them are inexperienced. You need a coach that's going to put them in the best situations possible, that's going to bring out that talent, the talent that they have. Good players, great players will tell you they've always had that great coach or two that made them realize their potential, that, really made an impact, made them start playing a certain way. We just don't have that here. Guys aren't engaged, and they're doing whatever they want. Ben Simmons still hasn't shot a damn three. Whose fault is that? I see Ben Simmons warming up every game, going 5 for 5. You start to wonder. A guy like Elton Brand, the GM of the Sixers, who's done, in my opinion, a great job getting the right guys in here. And just because Brett went to Game 7 last year against Toronto, he's not going to get rid of him. He's not. I don't think he would fire him mid-year. But Elton Brand played with guys like Al Horford, guys like Mike Scott. How come Elton Brand doesn't say something to Brett Brown? Tell him, give him some tips on how to get Al incorporated. Al looks lost on this team. Al isn't playing near as to what he can. And Al is not washed. He's not old. He's old, but he's not worn out by any means. I'm telling you that's a fact. He's not being put in the right situations. System is flawed. Guys have to create their own shot on this team, and the only one that can do it consistently is Tobias Harris. Ben could if he would, shoot the ball, but sometimes it's just smart coaches like this, like Brad Stevens, that just run you into a dead end, and when you have a coach that won't make any adjustments, you get left with nothing. And that's what tonight was. It was literally nothing. A bad taste in my mouth for sure. Boston led by 23 at one point in this game. We cut it down to, I believe, 10 or 8, but it was just one of those games from right out of the gate, lackluster energy and just a terrible performance, and just one of those games you knew you weren't coming back in. We can get up for the big games all we want, but if we're in the playoffs and we're playing on the road, which we can't seem to win a damn game in, I mean, I'm praying that we get a series in the Wells Fargo. If we go on the road in the first series in the playoffs, we're doomed. This team can't win on the road. They just lose it. Sixers go 3-1 against Boston on the year. Like I said, 31-18 overall now, sitting at 6 in the Eastern Conference. Terrible performance tonight. Hopefully we can bounce back Monday against Miami, and then we got the Bucks. Let me know down below what you thought about tonight's game. Let me know what you think needs to be fixed, and hope things get better from here on out, man. Appreciate each and every one of y'all, and I'll catch you on the next one, man. Peace.
Perfect.